Hi guys, welcome to this Gameside video. Today we're going to be looking at numbers 30 to 21 of our top 50 of the previous generation. That's Xbox 360, PS3 and Wii. So let's get going.
Number 30, Borderlands 2.
One of the best games for DLC and just sheer content. I mean, Borderlands 2, I spent so much time on this game again. The quality is just brilliant. It's genuinely one of the funniest games ever, I think. Just there's so much to do, so much to see, so many customizations, different weapons to go through. It's just amazing, really.
There's a huge amount to do. I mean, at any one time, there's about 5 or 6 missions you can have open, and you can sort of just do them as and when. And you're never just going from A to B with nothing else to do. No,
it's one of the best games for co-op as well. Actually,
yeah.
If you get a couple of mates over, or you can get a couple of mates over online. It's just really, really cool to just, you're all different levels or you're all the same level. Just, talking over headsets, just doing missions the best way you can. Just kind of going, right, well, you take sniping point, you take that. It's one of the best co-op games for sure. But, obviously I spent the whole time not even talking about the visuals, which is also one of the best things about this game. When Gearbox announced the original Borderlands, it was a worry that it was just going to be a game that, didn't really wow, but the visuals brought it up to an absolute amazing standard, and Borderlands 2 is twice as good as Borderlands easily, and because of those graphics, it's just one of those games that will be remembered for all the time.
Number 29, Fallout 3.
Talking of scope, good lord, this game is big.
Fallout 3 is an absolute mammoth representation of Washington DC.
Yeah, I mean, we've had 2 games in a row here that have had some of the best DLC ever, really. There's so much to do on this game. It just recreates Washington brilliantly. There's so many great locations. Some of my favourites are the Republic of Dave and the Vault with Gary's.
In any game where you can nuke an entire town as just a perfectly acceptable choice to make. I mean, that's obviously a sign of a brilliant game.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's the gameplay is just stood the test of time. I can still go back, and it's just a Bethesda hallmark, really. And the VAT system is one of the most ingenious features of this game, where you can target anything in your radar, really.
Yeah.
Weapons are great. The map is huge, as I said. The Pip-Boy is a really great feature as well, where it's kind of just an interactive menu, but it kind of just brings up everything that you could possibly need. I spent so much time in this game, and I'm really, really glad I did. Can't wait for Fallout 4.
Number 28, Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception.
But not equally.
Just an insanely good-looking game. Every Uncharted game seemed to be pushing the PS3 to its what felt like its absolute limits each time, and Uncharted 3 was just the next step in that inevitable visual evolution of the series.
Yeah, it was. It's just another step forward in storytelling as well. Loads of Indiana Jones references, as we all love, and some of the most breathtaking gaming, certainly of this generation, when you hit the Sahara Desert. I mean,
there's some huge set pieces as well, as you'd expect from the Uncharted franchise. There's just some moments where your jaw hits the floor because it's such a spectacle. It's very filmic. It's obviously pretty fun to be playing those sort of things.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't think any game franchise does it as well easily. It's just a joy to behold from start to finish.
The thing that has kept Uncharted, I think, at the top of its game has been like 2 massive key features. The first one is always the story. The story is always 100% worth playing right through to the very end. And the second thing is just how well it controls. Yeah. The actual control system for this game, even though it is just a third-person action adventure, the controls work. The controls work really, really well. And it just at no point do you feel that it's a chore to keep playing.
Exactly. I mean, Naughty Dog are at the top of their game and probably will be for a long time to come. So, long may it continue.
Number 27, Little Big Planet.
I think the first time I played this, one of my friends, we sort of rented it from Blockbuster because we just weren't quite sure how it was going to pan out. And within the first 5 minutes of playing it, it was just it was very apparent that the first thing we needed to do was take the game immediately back to Blockbuster and buy it. Because there was just something about the simplicity of Little Big Planet that just captured everybody's hearts.
Yeah.
You just love that little sack boy.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just so original, and something that showcased Sony's kind of mission with the PS3 and kind of brought it back to the days of playing with your family. I mean, I've played this for, I think, the last 4 Christmases with my family now. It's just a great way of bringing everyone together, and you know, it's kind of a rarity these days to be playing games with 4 controllers on one screen, but it's hilarious, it's fantastic, and the creation tools are really good as well.
Yeah, I think it was that level of customization, even if it was just in the game, sticking stickers on things to either unlock new unlockables or just to unlock new stickers, was just simple but fun. And I think that's the one thing that this game just needs to constantly be praised for, is the fact that it is on the surface a very, very simple game, but I think at the heart and core of it, it's actually a technical marvel.
Number 26, Gears of War.
Well, this is the reason I bought an Xbox 360 back in the day.
What a reason.
Absolutely, it's incredible.
I think one of the best quotes that's ever been said about Gears of War is on the front of the box, and I think it just says the best looking computer game I've ever seen. And
It still holds up today, I think, you know, to a certain extent. I know they did improve the graphics through the series, but even this first one does look great, doesn't it?
it's stood the test of time very, very well.
Yeah.
But I do remember putting this into my 360 the first time and just being like, oh my god, that generation of gaming that we've all been wanting since the very early days of NES is finally here.
Yeah, it just ramps everything up to 10, and that's what Epic do so well. It's just, you know, bombastic in all the right ways. You know, it's just a load of bros just taking out loads of aliens. What's more not to love? I mean, it's one of those games where I've revisited it recently, doing a little bit of multiplayer, and I'm really glad I did, because it's just revisiting all the games again. It's just highlights what a great console the 360 was, certainly in the early days, like 2007, 2008. It had such a lot to play, and just really fond memories of playing this game.
I'm just desperately hoping that somehow they manage to tie in Gears of War to Xbox One, because I just keep looking at this video now and thinking, yeah, if this is what it looked like on Xbox 360, like, God knows what they're going to be able to do with Xbox One. And another thing that Gears of War just did again so well, as so many games should be doing well all the time, is a brilliant control system.
And we can't not mention the chainsaw.
Exactly. Oh yes, brutalising people with a chainsaw doesn't get much more fun than that.
Number 25, Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots.
Metal Gear! You can't really play a PlayStation without playing Metal Gear Solid.
If you have, then there's no point in having one, basically.
Yeah.
Just throw it away.
Just throw it away now.
I mean, it was the reason why so many people bought a PS3. It is a phenomenal game.
It's just epic from start to finish.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people say about it's like, you know, 75% video sequence and then 25% gameplay, but my god, are those video sequences incredible.
Yeah, but I mean, regardless of that, that's what makes Metal Gear. And,
it is, isn't it? It's the whole cinematic experience.
Yeah, it's just amazing. It's the swan song of the Solid Snake that we know and love. And just watching this video now makes me want to play it again.
Yeah, it really is an epic journey for him. And let's not forget, this is the game that made riding cool.
Yes, it was. It was.
That's saying a lot.
It is saying a lot. Yeah, I mean, I have amazing fond memories of this game. I've played the Metal Gear series start to finish now about 5 times, and it is one of my favourite game franchises of all time. I mean, there's a lot about this game that is just awesome. I mean, like, how it refined what Metal Gear 3 did, and refined the kind of control scheme. The camo suit is really, really cool.
Stroke of genius.
Yeah, it is really cool.
Real step on from 3.
And how can you forget the Shadow Moses moment?
Oh,
Good lord.
Beautiful.
Man, one of the best moments in gaming, easily.
Number 24, Heavy Rain.
Heavy Rain is one of the most interactive video game experiences possible. Playing as 4 different characters in an interactive interweaving story.
Yeah, intertwining, how they all like link together in the end is just phenomenal.
Every action that you take, pretty much, every important action that you take, is reflected in the subsequent episodes.
Yeah, the branching tree story is just so in depth.
You really do create your own story. There are so many different endings and so many different like permutations of the endings. It is just absolutely fantastic.
Super intuitive gameplay as well, though. Like, I know people complain about quick time events, but even though Heavy Rain is just a massive succession of quick time events, there is something about the way in which you're interacting with the game, with the controls, and how the story plays out that just made this one of the most, if not the most unique experience on the PS3.
The fact that if your character dies in the sequence, it's not like a normal game where you just reload the sequence. Generally speaking, if you die in this game, that character's dead. He's out of the story. That will be reflected in the ending. And there's not many games that have that level of interactivity with a story.
No, it really was quite incredible.
Number 23, Left 4 Dead.
Arguably one of the most unique and possibly best multiplayer experiences on the 360.
Yeah.
Without doubt, really. There's just so many ways of playing this game. Campaign versus... Every single one is great. There's no two games that are the same. I love the way that the innovative AI kind of just spawns enemies wherever the hell it wants.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Very unpredictable.
It's just so much fun. I'm just laughing all the way through this. Even if I'm being mauled by like hundreds of zombies, I'm just absolutely crying with laughter.
Yeah.
It's just so much fun.
I mean, I think it's one of the only games that I've spent so much time online with. I mean, I'm not a massive online gamer, but I think that will change with next gen. But Left 4 Dead is the reason for that, if anything, that I'm going to be doing that amount of gaming on there.
It is a phenomenal multiplayer experience.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've spent so much time with my friends. I mean, I have dedicated sessions with a few select friends that we just play 4-player Left 4 Dead all the time. It's just that game we just keep revisiting. And there's just there's like 13 campaigns now, and I never get bored when I play them. It's just a testament of just Valve's excellence in kind of multiplayer zombie shooting, I guess.
I think it was one of the first times though that I'd actually felt like the zombie apocalypse was actually impending and going to get me. Being really, really careful, and then all of a sudden, knocking the trash can or firing your gun and kind of going, balls.
Yeah, it's just intense, isn't it? It just keeps coming.
I think intense is the key word there. It really is intense.
Number 22, The Walking Dead.
I got another good one for you.
Arguably one of the best stories of this generation. Good Lord, Telltale really did strike gold with this. So interactive, so many options, so many different routes through the game.
Yeah,
it just
definitely.
it just made me feel so intense all times. Like you just never knew what was going to happen from one second to the next.
That's it. I love the dynamics of this game. It goes from like being you feel quite safe, and it's gone quite quiet, and in an instant it can turn to like you're in mortal danger. Mm-hmm. It's just the tension is so high.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever experienced that in a point-and-click adventure.
No, exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, just the setting and the way that Telltale have told the story. I'm not going to say anything, obviously, but the ending is one of the best, easily, of the generation, if not ever. Yeah. It just strikes you in the feels, and I don't mind admitting this, but it did, kind of made me well up a little bit at times during this.
Absolutely, no, definitely.
It's one of the most powerful bits of gaming ever. And if people say that gaming can't be powerful, then just play this game. It is an amazing, amazing example of what games can do.
Number 21, Halo 4.
This is 100% the Halo game that I think every Halo fan has been wanting since Halo. I mean, there is something always about Halo which, as adult as the story will feel and as well written as the script is, Halo 1 and 2 and bits of 3 did still have that element of sort of child-friendly colourfulness to them. Halo Reach sort of brought it into a bit more of an adult arena. Mm-hmm. But Halo 4 was just... this is the Halo game that I have been wanting my entire gaming life.
Definitely, I definitely prefer that more mature take on it, that darker look.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's testament. I was never a big Halo fan, and I came in at 4, and good lord, I enjoyed every second. I just think the relationship that Chief and Cortana have in this game is one of the best reasons to play. And the multiplayer aspect, it just builds on everything from the previous games. For me anyway, just brings it to a whole new level.
It's definitely the first Halo multiplayer that I've actually enjoyed and will actually revisit frequently.
Yeah.
Because it's the only Halo multiplayer that I feel is fair.
Yeah.
You know, it rewards you even if you're not so good at the game. It still gives you XP to level up, and you can still do that relatively quickly without being top dog all the time. And I think balance is just the key to any multiplayer game, and not many of them have it. So the fact that Halo 4 had it, refined it, and yeah, like you say, it's just one of the best multiplayer experiences you can have.
Fine. Fuck's sake,
Recording.